What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video from the 10-7 MMA show. And today I had to make a video, and you may say shame on me for not knowing about this person before. She was recently on Ariel Helwani's show talking about her victory in the PFL tournament, winning $1 million. So I apologize for not knowing about her, but I just learned about, to me, the most amazing female fighter I may have ever seen for a number of reasons. And we're going to get into it today. But if you have not heard of her because she's in the PFL, she needs to be on your radar. And I had to talk about her because I am blown away by her skill set, her fighting style, her achievements thus far in the PFL and in her career. And her name is Dakota Ditcheva. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think that's how Ariel Helwani pronounced it when he interviewed her on his show. But anyways, this, ladies and gentlemen, this individual, I believe, is the future of female mixed martial arts. And while we have amazing people in the UFC, other folks from another woman from the PFL, Kayla Harrison, who's a legend, who's amazing, and I really like Kayla, don't get me wrong. But there's something very special about Dakota. It's like that it factor, that light from within. I can't explain it. It's that star quality that people often talk about, right? But there's something about her that you just gravitate towards her. And I'm going to play some interviews of her in a second so you can kind of see her personality. And then we're going to watch some of her fights. Like, the way she fights is incredible. We're going to start off by looking at her record because this is a great thing to begin with. First of all, she's only 26. And let's take a look. Let's scroll down to her mixed martial arts record. She is undefeated, which is always exciting. 14 wins, 0 losses. But look at this. 12 wins by knockout. She's got one decision and 1 submission even. But she is a Muay Thai fighter. That's how she began, as a Muay Thai fighter, pure Muay Thai fighter, and then eventually transitioned into MMA and developed the grappling skills, whatever she needed to in the ground department, and has just annihilated people in mixed martial arts. One of the things she even recently said was, she's like, I didn't really think my knees were that good when I was fighting pure Muay Thai. But in MMA, for some reason, when she's transitioned over, people say she's got the best knees in the game, not even female fighters, for just MMA fighters, period. And like I said, her striking is amazing. I cannot wait to see her fight again. She is so exciting and so talented of a striker. And for me, being a Muay Thai practitioner myself, when I started watching her fights, I was just in awe of her speed, of her precision, of her technique. Everything is phenomenal. Okay, so check this out. Let's look at this. TKO, 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 TKO. And by the way, one of the ways that she wins a lot of times are devastating body shots. When we watch some of her highlights, you see multiple opponents just crumple from body shots, liver shots, which is crazy to have that volume and that quantity of people being dropped and just folding from body shots. You don't see that a lot. So then we come to the beginning of her PFL career. Again, TKO, KO. Here's her submission, which is pretty crazy, right? Because she's relatively new to grappling. That's a first round finish. More TKO. And we're going to watch some of these fights in a second. And then recently she won the PFL tournament and won $1 million. So in the PFL, she's a star. She's making tremendous amounts of money, and that's amazing. But I wanted to make this video today because while I think it's phenomenal that she's making money and doing great things in the PFL, I like to believe, and I think we all like to believe, that at the end of the day, the UFC is the place where we have the premier fighters. And I kind of think it's a travesty that she's not in the UFC. Now, she said in a recent interview that she wants to fight next year again in the PFL. So it sounds like she's very happy there, and she's maybe got good relations. She's doing tremendous things. She's fighting great competition. She's making a lot of money. More power to her. But selfishly, as a fan, I want to see her in the UFC. I want to see what she can do against the opponents in the UFC. And it's very notable that her last opponent, Taylor Santos, who she defeated by a doctor stoppage in the second round, phenomenal, right? And this is a grappling specialist, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is somebody that 2 years ago, okay, this is insane, 2 years ago in the UFC, went to a split decision with Shevchenko, who's arguably the greatest female fighter of all time, at least one of them. Like, if we want to say Amanda Nunes, somebody else, fine. But she's at least up there in the conversation for being the greatest of all time. This person, Dakota, is serious business, and she's so exciting. Now, we're going to start off, before even showing you her fights, as I always say, my favorite thing about this game, equally, I should say, half and half, right, is learning about the fighters, seeing their personalities, their journeys, getting to really know them. And you can see, like, she's just got that it factor. And what that is really is she is comfortable in her own skin. She is herself. Just listen to this interview talking about that battle against Taylor Santos, where she won the PFL tournament. Just listen to how she talks about it, and you can just see, like, there is no hesitation. And when she speaks, she is just authentic herself. She's confident, but not cocky. She's just awesome. Check this out.
And so, as you were preparing for the fight, as you were envisioning it, as you were kind of deliberating, dreaming about it, was that how you expected it to go? Did you think it would be that one-sided, you looking so dominant?
No, I expected it to give a little bit more, if I'm being honest, because I really do rate her. I respect her as a fighter. Obviously, people thought she would against Shevchenko, so I knew who I was up against. I did expect it to bring a little bit more, but I mean, I'm not too surprised either that I got the stoppage, because I know what I'm like, and that's kind of what I set my mind out to do, was kind of run through the tournament the same way I'd done the first three. So it was like I wanted to finish the tournament with.
Want to keep your
Oh, we got to add there. Okay. But anyways, you get a little glimpse of what her personality is like. And yeah, she's just awesome. She's humble, but she is confident. She's telling it like it is. She was saying she was expecting more. Now let's watch her fight, because you're going to be blown away when you see the way she fights. And that front kick, they showed that screenshot of her basically landing a front kick. She is like surgical with that front kick. It's insane. So let's check out a couple of her fights. And yeah, it's crazy. It's completely crazy. I mean, look at that. Look at that picture. Look at that. So you see that body shot, that body work. She dropped her with the body shot, with the jab, a jab to the body. That's crazy. And I feel like those are so underutilized. Look at this right here. Coming in with those combos, dropping again, laying down the hammer fist. Incredible. Again, surgical roundhouse. Boom. Right on the jaw, and just just clean knockout. Those are the knees I was talking about. Devastating knees. So apparently this is something that she said is her clinch game in MMA. And I bet you maybe because people are not pure Muay Thai specialists like she is, her clinch game may be more solid than most. But again, brutal ground and pound. All right, these are some like modeling shots. I don't know what this is. All right, here, check this out. Sleeps her. Like, there's something to the way that she strikes. Oh, again, body shot, drops her. Just right there. Lead uppercut, crazy. Now, the thing about that chapstick thing, that's not even her being cocky. Like, that was a callback to the face-offs when her opponent, like, did that to her. So her mom, who apparently is, like, her biggest supporter, and I think she, like, taught her everything in Muay Thai as well. I think she said that in one of the interviews, but her opponent did that to her during the weigh-in. So her mom's like, I got this, ready for you. When you win this fight, you're going to pull this out and do the same thing. And that's what she did. So it was kind of cool. Anyways, I just want to put this on everybody's radar. If you heard of her, let me know in the comments. If you haven't, let me know what you think of that little highlight reel. Let's see. I don't know what this like stuff is here. These are Muay Thai fights. Let's fast forward ahead and watch a little bit more of her in MMA. Here, check this out. I think this is Taylor Santos right here. Here, check this out. No. This is somebody else. I'm not sure. Boom. Look at that teep. It's amazing. Great with the counter strikes too. Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, this girl like gets her down, but then she pops back up. Somehow gets on top position. I think they cut to that. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this highlight as well. Boom. Boom. Oh, okay. That's so crazy. All right. I think we've seen it up. Hopefully you guys have. Check her out. Look her up. Tell me what you guys think. I think she is the future. She is just something special. And for me, wanting to see, okay, me and Justin were just talking about what is the most important martial art in mixed martial arts. And he continues to say, as well as most people do, it's wrestling. Got to have a base of wrestling. And I find it so fascinating and interesting when somebody comes in with a kickboxing background or a Muay Thai background, and they were able to do what she's able to do, come into mixed martial arts where she doesn't have a traditional wrestling background. I'm sure she's acquired a lot of those skills, but she doesn't have that. And she's just running through the competition and looking to be levels above everybody else. It's so wild to me. So anyways, I guess we'll see what happens. If it were up to me, man, I wish the UFC could get her immediately into the UFC because she's 26. She is still well before her prime, but I love to see young stars come into the UFC at this time where they can have long reigns. Imagine if she got it now, maybe after a couple wins by 27, 28, she could be fighting for a belt. And that's well before her prime, right? So she could have a long reign at the top, and that's so much fun to see somebody rack up the wins, rack up the title defenses, and really get a true shot at being absolutely great and phenomenal in this sport. That's what I would hope. I know she was saying she wants to stick around the PFL. We'll see what happens. Dana White, let's hope he has a nice conversation with her, maybe gets her to join sooner rather than later. Anyways, that's it for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you did like what you see, make sure to click that like button. If you want to see more, make sure to click subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining. And I'll see you in the next video. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Apologize for doing this from bed, but still out of town. Anyways, we'll be back in the normal setup soon. Take it easy.